Police running all in and out the building. What the hell is going on?
Dont'e Thornton Jr. Is the project over? Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, YouTube? What's good, Raider Nation? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Hey, we in the building once again. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you guys are making sure you hit that like button, okay? Don't be mean. Go ahead and double tap that screen. All right. And subscribe, because you know what? We on our way to that 1K. You know what I'm saying? Subscribers, and we need you a part of the congregation. So definitely come on and be a subscriber, okay? It is completely free to do. I'm not charging you. And yeah, just go ahead and push that button, subscribe. Make sure you also smash the heck out of that notification bell so you're notified when I go live at all times. All right, look, because I do go live at random. So you do not want to miss that, okay? Got to be talking about this wide receiver we have, Dont'e Thornton Jr. Okay, Dont'e Thornton Jr. is a draftee out of the most recent draft. He has been selected by the Las Vegas Raiders, and yeah, we have some hype about him. We have some things that, coming out of the draft, a lot of people were very excited about him. There was a lot of people that had very high expectations for this player. And the question is, and we'll be breaking down this even more as we go along in this live and moving forward, is has he added up to the hype that we all see from this wide receiver? Now, there's some measurables there. Dont'e Thornton is 6'4", close to 6'5". He has a very coming out with a lot of speed, speed and size. I think that's where a lot of people got very excited and is still excited for some, right? Because, there's two sides of the story, right? On this player. Physical specimen, definitely has the speed, and a lot of people were very excited about that. But, looking at where we are on this offense, has he, in the bye week, because now we're in the bye week, how does that add up? How does it look in his first season through the first, 7 games? How is he looking? Is the hype still there? Is he still that guy? Let me know that all down in the comment section. I want to hear from you guys today. I want to hear from everybody in here what you guys are thinking about Dont'e Thornton Jr., okay? If you're watching this, go ahead. Don't be afraid. You know what I'm saying? Say something in the comment section. Shout out to Rob Pinion in the building for putting up the flags. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if he slid a brown cracker. No, he did not slide a brown cracker in there. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got the brown crackers in there. But hey, look, I gotta give you guys the Raider Twuan brown cracker salute. Remember, there is no Raider Twuan without the congregation, and there's no congregation without the Raider Nation. So salute. All right, and a beverage of choice. You feel me? Anyway, make sure you hit that double tap the screen, hit that like button as you're going along. Dont'e Thornton coming out of Tennessee, transfer from Oregon. You know, the story never really came out on why he didn't pan out in Oregon, because Oregon is a good program. But he decides to go to Tennessee. And I think that's, another thing with a lot of these players is because of the effects of the transfer portal. The transfer portal has helped some players, but it's also damaged some players. It's one of those, in certain situations, and I'll say kind of a bad situation, I think is a bad situation where, I don't like the coach. Oh, the coach is mean to me. The coach, whatever. I'm gonna go. And that's where you see a lot of these players bounce around. You know what I'm saying? You see a lot of these players bounce around team to team, don't really stay committed to one team specifically. And that's the cause the effect of the transfer portal. It has helped some guys, but it also has damaged some guys. And, with Dont'e Thornton Jr., especially coming from Oregon, where they do run like a full route tree, full array of routes, especially as a wide receiver. He goes over to Tennessee, where primarily he only ran he ran the vertical and the post, and then, the little fade, which is still a vertical route, right? And that's pretty much what he did, and coming out into the Las Vegas Raiders, that was one of the biggest concerns that they had for Dont'e Thornton Jr. was, could he run the full route tree? And is he able to fully run the route tree? And there hasn't been enough tape out there to prove otherwise, at least in my Raider gospel. Now, you guys may feel a little bit different in regards to Dont'e Thornton Jr. But that's kind of where he's at. He's a 6'5", I'll say 6'5", they have 6'4" on some, they have 6'5" on some. But 6'5" wide receiver, speedy guy. And, he came to the Las Vegas Raiders, and we were actually in need of somebody of his physical ability. Okay. Because he is 6'5", we didn't have a taller wide receiver on this roster. I think the tallest wide receiver we had was maybe like 6'1", if that. Oh. So they decided to bring in a big body wide receiver, and I think that was one of the things that even when I was in the draft, I was looking at in regards to, the wide receivers, and that's kind of where we are. Shout out to D Menace in the building. Good to see you. Salute to you, my brother. And Deacon, you know what I'm saying? Rob is a deacon and D Menace is a deacon. Please make sure you guys share this out. You know what I'm saying? So we can get some people flowing in here. So definitely. So we are in a place with Dont'e Thornton where the 6'5", we definitely needed that. And it became, could I say it was more thirst than actual, let's just building out this team, right? I think with Dont'e, because we need a big body wide receiver, I think a lot of people were enamored with that because, yes, we got a big body wide receiver. Yes, this big body wide receiver has speed. And we hope to see that on the field, right? And unfortunately, again, this is my Raider gospel. I know some people may not necessarily like this or be with this, but I don't think he's got to that point. I don't think he's there yet. And, the other question remains, with that being said, is when is he going to be there? Right? There's certain things as a 6'5" 6'5" big body wide receiver that you kind of assume or that you expect is going to be in place. A tall wide receiver, you expect for him to dominate in the jump ball situation. When you look at all the other big body wide receivers in the NFL, when you look at the Mike Evans of the world, when you look at you name it, the big body wide receivers that are out there, T. Higgins, right? When you're looking at those guys, you expect that when you throw a ball up to those guys, that they're the only ones that's going to come down with it. Not only because they're tall, but because they have the mental capacity to fight for the ball with the mentality that no matter who, you know what I'm saying, is throwing the ball, that when the ball is thrown my way, you know, that I'm going to definitely come down with it. And that's where, you know, we have some concerns in regards to, at least I have some concerns in regards to Dont'e Thornton Jr. Okay. We have some other issues in regards to him that I'm definitely going to bring up, but shout out to Marcus in the building.
Oh, man.
Are you trying to imply that I hit it? Oh, no, I see what you're
Marcus, darling.
Hey, how you doing, Lady Eloise?
I don't have any panties on.
Lady Eloise, please.
Shout out to Marcus. Make sure you hit that like.
Are you trying to...
Okay. Make sure you hit that like button as you in the building. Appreciate you coming in. But we are, yeah, and that's kind of my, that's my gripe in regards to Dont'e Thornton Jr. I think that the route tree is going to be there. I think, you know, eventually he'll get to the point where he perfects his routes. Because I'm seeing it with other players. I'm seeing with Trey Tucker now. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that he was a bad route runner when he came out of college into the league, but you could tell that as time went by, the route trees got better. And I know that eventually he'll get there. You know what I'm saying? I know that he has the capacity to get there. Now, the other part, I think those are just the basic fundamentals of being a wide receiver, especially with you being that tall. You should be the one that again, when the jump ball, you know, they call them the 50-50 pass. When the 50-50 pass is up to you as a big body wide receiver, you should be coming down with that. Period. If you're not coming down with it in the catch, the corner's not going to be able to make a play on it. Okay? If the corner jumps up and you jump up, you should be beating that every single time as a 6'5" wide receiver. Why? Because the majority of the corners in this league are not even that tall. Now, there is some that now you're starting to see more of a trend of, you know, these 6'2", 6'2", 6'1" types of corners. But, you know, most of the time you're running into a 5'10", 5'11", you know what I'm saying, barely 6 feet corner, and you have a 5-inch height on that player alone. I'm not even adding the jump, but you have a 5-inch vertical on this guy, and now you're in a place where you jump, and now you're even taller than that corner. Okay, so you should be coming down with the ball. Period. I showed this diagram of Dont'e Thornton Jr. On one of the plays, and you guys will know the play because he missed the catch because he decided to catch the ball like this instead of like this. Okay, there's a difference between this as a 6'5" wide receiver versus this. Okay, When the ball's in the air, you got to attack the ball up here because under you is where the defender is. Okay? So if you attack it up here, that's the whole, what is the phrase? Mossing. When you're mossing a player, that's where it all comes from. You're mossing a player. You're above that player and you're catching the ball. If you catch the ball here, now you're allowing that defender, to make a play. Okay? Give me 1 second here. This is this is what we're running into. Okay? He's doing this, allowing the defenders to make a play on it. If he decides to try to catch the ball, right? Or this, where nobody else can get it but him. And you have to attack the ball. You can't let the ball come to you. When you're letting the ball come to you like this versus attacking it, I'm going to go get it instead of, it's coming to me. Okay? He has to change that mentality of his game. And, at the moment, we're looking at games, and when you go back and look at the box score, when you start to look at the stats on these wide receivers, you begin to see Dont'e Thornton with zeros. And I really was going to make a slide on this, but I just thought it was too embarrassing to bring up a whole visual slide on how many games Dont'e Thornton's name is up there and all the zeros that are there. So he's literally getting put on the 53-man roster and not producing. And that becomes an issue. That is a serious problem, especially on a team that needs production on all levels and all areas. And the expectation that he is supposed to produce. Okay? He's supposed to be our X wide receiver. And he's not producing. And, there's other troubles. And I'm about to bring him down in a couple of seconds. You guys make sure you hit that like button, double tap the screen. We shout out to Raider Knight in the building. I'll get to your comment in a second. But we're in a place where he needs to produce. And he has the opportunities to produce. Especially because Gino decides, if you've been following this channel, you've been hearing me talk about Geno Smith and how when all hell seems to break loose, he decides that he wants to let it fly to Dont'e Thornton as his spam button. And how has that worked out? How has it really worked out? I would beg to differ that it hasn't worked out. Okay. And that's our struggle. Shout out to Raider Knight. I see you. He said we're about 3 to 5 years to being a contender. Raiders been a mess. Yeah, hey, look. And because we have been a mess, Raider Knight, all these young players have the opportunity to do what they need to do. Okay? There's a reason why Dont'e Thornton has been getting plays and out there on the field. Well, has been played, but has not been getting played. Look, there's space and opportunity here. If I was a young player And I was like, if I could pick a team where I could get on the field as soon as possible and, you know what I'm saying, make my name for myself, it's here. Because of the lack of talent that we have on this roster and because of the injuries. Yeah, that was one of the Raider night. That was one of the issues is they don't know how to run routes effectively, you know, at this point. And then that was one of the concerns for Dont'e Thornton himself. That's why, if you guys, again, you've been around with me for a while, so you already know I made a live talking about Jack Bech, because Jack Bech can run all the routes, and Jack Bech has been proven to produce and get things done for a team. You know what I'm saying? And when Jack Bech wasn't getting those reps, I was mad because I was looking here at Dont'e Thornton being unproductive when I know that Jack Bech, every time he had an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, at a route or a series, he was getting the first down, at least a first down in that series. You know what I'm saying? There was one point where every time Jack Bech came out, it was a reception for a first down. You know what I'm saying? And to sit Jack Bech behind someone that is getting all the opportunities in the world and seems to be, for some reason, a favorite and is not producing, I believe it's a problem. That's why, you know, I'm bringing up this live saying, hey, is the project over? We've seen 7 games worth of work thus far, and does it look promising at this point? Not saying that he cannot get there. Okay? Hear me clearly. That he can get there. He can get to the place of the you know, the possibilities of being like a T. Higgins or a Mike Evans or all these other big body wide receivers. But right now, what we've seen, and even the benching, because remember, he didn't play last week. He played against the Chiefs game, but the game after that, the game after that, or before that, he wasn't even available. Healthy scratch. So there's some issues there, and one of the other frustration that I noticed, and a lot of people didn't talk about this, was that one touchdown, because even the producers talked about it on the TV. That one touchdown pass he caught, they talked about how they worked that out in practice, all practice. I'm going to say that again. That touchdown pass he caught like this, he worked on that, and they worked on that all practice. Why are we spending all practice on this guy if he's not going to be able to do what he needs to do? Why? Don't we got other things we got to worry about? And if he ain't got it, go ahead and sit there. Go ahead and whatever reps you can get, figure it out. But we got to win. Not only because it's just win, baby, but didn't we hear not too long ago, a couple of weeks ago, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll say about 2 months ago, there was a head coach that said, all I do is win 10 games. So what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we really wasting time? Are we being effective with the time that we have in practice? I understand he needs to work on the jump ball, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But all practice? I got an issue with that. Right or not, you want a sneak preview of what you doing Wednesdays? You know what? I might just give you something I produced. You know what I'm saying? Some time back for what you doing Wednesday, because I think that's enough for this week. I honestly, I should the effort that the Raiders put out. You know what I'm saying? This past game, that should be the effort that I should put in on what you do on Wednesday. Okay, I think that might work. Maybe we'll see. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Billy Davis, good to see you, man. What's going on with you? Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you share this out with your family and friends. All right. But yeah, Dont'e Thornton, look, this might be a short live. I'm just gonna be very, very blunt with y'all. I think the project's over. If he ain't got it, and you guys know my word, cheap labor. If he ain't got it, he can definitely be the fourth or fifth wide receiver on the roster. But trying to rely on him to help us move the sticks, I don't think that's it. And again, it's not because he's not getting the opportunities. Because we've all sat there and watched Geno throw it to Dont'e Thornton and him not make a play. And some people might be like, oh, Geno didn't throw the ball to him well, or whatever situation may be. Nah. There's such thing called catch radius. You got to make a play. And unfortunately, Dont'e Thornton has not been making plays. All right. Hey, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. What you guys thinking about, Dont'e Thornton? How you feeling about him up to this point? You know what I'm saying? I say all this right now, but I'm still hopeful that he gets better. That I start to see a jump ball from him. That I can see him breaking routes on people. Okay. I'm hopeful that that's the case for him. But right now, I don't see it. I don't see it. We literally, and the way I'm feeling about it now, we literally are going to have to draft another big body wide receiver. Simple as that. Now we need more wide receivers just in general, because one of our wide receivers might be gone sooner or later. Next year, Trey Tucker, I believe it's going to be payday for Trey Tucker next year. Rosetown, good to see you in the building. It's going to be payday for our for Trey Tucker, which definitely has been up to this point. I think he's worthy of getting some money. But who's going to step up? Who's going to step up? Currently, Dont'e Thornton is out there. And I think, honestly, he's out there by default. And I said that early in the season, because I felt he needed to sit and get some time to work out his game. Jack Best is now getting some more consistency, instead of just splashes here and there. Is he going to step up? Look, Rosetown with the brown crackers. Salute, Rosetown. But we got to do something. And it shouldn't be wasting a bunch of time with Dont'e Thornton. He's going to have to figure that out on his own. Okay? Because these other guys got to work out their stuff. If Gino's throwing to Dont'e Thornton all the time, how is he working out with the other wide receivers? Okay? Now, I'll say this, because we've had some other quarterbacks that after practice said, hey, after practice, we're going to meet me over here in the end zone and we're going to work this out. I'm cool with that. One quarterback everybody seems to like and love and hate used to do that all the time. They used to call it routes on air, where they would work out routes that maybe they weren't too sure on, or they weren't too comfortable with, or, a new play was installed and, when they went around into it, it didn't, they didn't feel comfortable with it. So they say, hey, meet me over here and let's run this together at the end of practice. Not hindering anybody else, but just working on that. Now that I'm cool with. But I think Dont'e Thornton is first of all, he's not there yet. I'll just say it like that. Not saying he's a bust, not saying he's a bum, not saying he's never going to amount to anything. I'm not there with him yet. Okay? I still believe in Dont'e Thornton Jr. But what he has brought to the table in these 7 weeks, I can't. We need to find something else. All right. Let me see what you guys got in the chat. If I missed anything, if you guys got any other questions or comments, put them down. Because I want to be available to give you that Raider gospel. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button as you guys are going along. Don't be a bum, but be that one that hits that subscribe button. All right, look at that. I'm looking. I got the little rhymes and stuff, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys coming in. I really do. Can we get it? No, that was he wanted me to do the what you doing Wednesday. Dude, I'm so look for what you doing Wednesday. I'm so like debating on if I really even want to do it. I'm so debating on it. I really am, but I still might put up a video anyway. Because there was a clip of something. I was like watching some of my old stuff, and there was a clip that I said, and it just ties into where we are right now. One of those, y'all thought I was playing around when I said what I said. Yeah, it might be one of them. Depends on how I feel. I really do. Yeah, my stuff. I'm not feeling the best, but okay. D Minutes, Billy in here talking that. Talking that, yes, sir. Hey, look, let me tell you guys this again. If you guys missed it, go and check out the 500 subscriber live. We have made it to 500. You know what I'm saying? And that is one of the steps to YouTube. But not the only step, okay? But I thank you guys again for subscribing, getting active here with Raider Twuan and the congregation. And I'm excited. I'm very excited to where we are going to be, you know what I'm saying, when we get to that 1K subscribers. And if you have not, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Okay? Hit that subscribe button. Back to the chat. I need to make a commercial. That's what I might do. I might make a little commercial, you know what I'm saying, where I can just boom, and everybody be like, do. See, my mind is racing now. Because it's the bye week. You know what I'm saying? What are we gonna do during the bye week? You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no game to, you know, talk about. I might. We'll see. We might have Sunday service. Okay. So stay tuned for that. That will be on Sunday. Sunday service. If we do it this Sunday, this week it'll be this Sunday. We'll see. We'll see. Did I get everybody? Hey, let me know what y'all thinking about Dont'e Thornton Jr. You know, let me know how you feeling about number 10. Okay. Let me know. Here we go. All right. Look, here at Raider Twuan, we are advocates for being an organ donor. So please be an organ donor, okay? That is always down in the description of all my videos and all my lives. Okay. Also, here at Raider Twuan, we do not have super chats. So if you want to donate to the channel, this is where you will be able to do that. Cash App and Venmo is available to you at TwuanTwuan. Venmo is TwuanTwuan, TWUAN, TWUAN. Cash App is $Twan. Okay, so $TWUAN for Cash App there, and then Venmo is also there. Okay. Also, if you want some daily motivation, this is available to you. All you have to do is text CONNECT to 510-345-1660. Okay? 510-345-1660. And all you have to do is text CONNECT to that number, and then it will automatically connect you to some of that daily motivation. All right. Yes, sir. Hey, let me get everybody. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Outdoors. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and subscribe to that. You know, haven't really been active on that. I actually do need to plan a fishing trip soon. So you might get something from Yes, Sir Outdoors. But yeah, definitely stay tuned. Yes, Sir Outdoors on YouTube. All right. And Instagram and Facebook. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Hey, look, you guys get it active in here. You know what I'm saying? Do not miss out for this week, even though it's the bye week. I'm going to try my best to stay in your face. You know what I'm saying? In regards to YouTube. So definitely you want to smash that notification bell. Okay. You definitely want to get active in that and smash that notification bell, because I do go live at random. I do make a lot of videos and a lot of shorts at random too. So you do not want to miss that. Closing thoughts. Okay. I believe Dont'e Thornton is not a bust. I think he's a guy that, can work it out. I just don't want this team to overinvest in that. He has to work that out on himself. He has to perfect his game and decide what career he wants to have. Again, the NFL stands for not for long. Okay. So there might be an opportunity where Dont'e Thornton is here for a long time, or he may also be here for a very, very short time. Okay. It's really going to be up to him. And that's where I'm at with it. I'm hopeful. I want to see him get better. I want him to improve, but if he does not, that's another wasted draft pick. And that is that. Okay. Make sure you hit that like button.
Fucking Stizan. Twuan, hit that like button. Why? Because I like you.
And subscribe. All right. And let's go. You thought I was gonna miss that part, huh? Let's go. Raiders.
What up, Lo?
Today is the day when our heroes of the past become our legends of the future. Time never really stops for the great ones. We wrap them in a cloak of immortality and remember what great people they were. We recognize you, Virginia Madden, his sons Mike and Joey. They were a football family, so that John can pursue his dreams. To Raider Twuan and a tribute to John Madden and Al Davis. We declare that the fire that burns the brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Ladies and gentlemen, the Madden family.
Hey, Raider Twuan here. You must watch one of my videos or lives. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and it's right there. Or if you want to watch one of my videos, watch it right there. And let's go, Raiders.